Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
I'd like to say at this time hello to Peggy and Jim, Mom and Dad down in the Ozarks. Good morning.
Yeah, I talked to them last night. They're doing well. They got 7-8 inches of snow down there.
They did?
A lot of it's still on the ground.
Boy, I bet that messes things up down there.
It slowed things down a little bit.
Well, I hope they'll be okay. Don't slip and fall, Peg. Jim, behave yourself. Don't go out walking until the snow goes away. Your brothers, the brothers here are worried about you. All right. We continue with the show.
Okay, good.
All right. I think I'm crooked and the camera needs adjusted, but let me just do it. I like to do this anyway. Here, let me just.
No, yeah, I love it when you do this.
There. Yeah, I'm not even there. It's a blank. I like that. So you can watch Brent drink his coffee this morning on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show and watch our guests come in because we have some very nice guests, as usual, coming in. We expect Broken Bow Rotary in today, Custer County Economic Development, Keith Ellis heads that up, and Grocery Cart. And we have a few other things we want to cover today. I wanted to back up and talk a little bit about the wonderful wrestling that took place this past weekend. We listened to your broadcast until the first broadcast, I think when you concluded with Broken Bow. We were on our way east, and then on the way home, we listened to you at like 7 o'clock.
We were still on.
So I think you might have had a long day. I assume there was a break in the middle there somewhere. But.
Yeah, for us, not much.
Not too much?
No, we covered every single round is the way it worked out. So, had a lot of fun being at state duels. That was wrestled at Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney on Saturday. Of course, we covered Broken Bow and Mullen. Broken Bow finished 6th on the day. Class B, oh my goodness. Man, you talk about tough duels and tough matches. I mean, though, to steal a term from Kirk Crawley, they were just grinders all day. Wow. Great competition. So congratulations, Broken Bow. Winning 6th on that day is, in my opinion anyway, was a pretty good accomplishment. So kids wrestled really hard and well. And Mullen, wow, congratulations to them. They're your state runner-up in Class D, made it to the state championship duel where they fell to Sutherland. And so congratulations to them.
Yeah, boy, oh boy. Just to get there is an honor, and then to perform as well as the teams did, and that makes it fun for everybody. Saw a lot of nice comments on the social media centered off of Sand Hills Express, so thank you for that. And big thank you to all the businesses who make it possible for us to send the guys to go cover that. I know Kirk Crawley would be there anyway.
Yes, he would have been.
I told my wife if they went all night, he would still. She says, "How does he? How do those guys go that long doing wrestling?" I said, "Well, I don't know about Brent. He might run out of gas, but Mr. Crawley, he'd go 24 hours if he could."
He would, although Kirk, it was a long day.
Yeah.
Kirk was, you could tell that we were both getting a little bit hoarse, I think, by the end of the day. So, but we enjoy it, and congratulations to, we had a handful of area girls that qualified in girls wrestling in districts over the weekend. So congratulations to them. Can't wait to have them be a part of our yearly state wrestling coverage when we get down to the state tournament in mid-February. They'll be wrestling on the last 2 days of the tournament, I believe, on the 18th and 19th. And we cover all of our area kids as best we can at state wrestling. We'll be on live and doing live play-by-play of area matches, and it'll be great to have some of our area girls competitors wrestling down at the state tournament this year. So we really look forward to that, and we congratulate everybody who qualified and everybody around the area who participated in girls wrestling this year. Great start, I think, for it being a sanctioned event now through the NSAA, and just It was a great week. It was a great weekend for wrestling. Let's just put it that way. Great weekend for wrestling across the state of Nebraska.
Guys and gals. And the gals have been wrestling in some weekend club tournaments and so forth for quite a while. And now that it's sanctioned, they can get in on the state action, which is great.
Yes, they'll be at Omaha.
All right. That's coming up. This week, we have more sports on Tuesday.
Yes,
You've got
we do.
some girls and boys basketball. Arcadia Loop City taking on Angela Litchfield at Loop City tomorrow, and tip-off is at 6 p.m. That's on KBBN. Then on KCNI, Broken Bow at Ord. Is that a doubleheader as well?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And then Wednesday is men's Husker basketball. They take on Minnesota. Pregame at 7, tips at 8. Thursday is the Lady Huskers as they take on Ohio State. Pregame 5:45, tip at 6. Friday is open, and then on Saturday, Broken Bow at the B1 District Wrestling Meet in Nebraska City. They actually go down, I think, on Friday, do they not?
Yeah, the competition will start on Friday. Mm-hmm. Our coverage, though, will not pick up until Saturday, and then we'll be there bright and early Saturday morning, and we'll cover all of the matches Saturday. That's when we'll start to determine who qualifies for state. Now, we'll be there live, but we will also be keeping close track of other districts and reporting on those for you throughout our coverage as well. This is the day, and it seems like it's gotten worse to me, but all of our area teams just get scattered.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. So we'll be in Nebraska City, but we will be following other districts close, especially later in the day once we start finding out who qualifies for state. And so we'll be giving you updates of other area wrestlers on that day as well.
All right. And backing up to tomorrow for the Arcadia Loop City Angela Litchfield, that will also be available on our live stream. Broken Bow at Ord will not, of course, as Brent will be traveling, and we only have so much equipment.
Yeah, right.
And then when we get down to the district wrestling, that will be audio on KBBN.
Yes, correct. Audio only on Saturday.
All right. I think we have a couple of birthdays. I don't know that we have any local ones that came in today, but we do have, if you're celebrating a birthday today, you're celebrating with Chris Rock, 57 years old today, comedian and actor. A stand-up comedian and has been in some films. And Garth Brooks.
Oh, my.
Celebrating a birthday today.
Well, is Christy coming into work today? She might look at this as a national holiday if it's Garth's birthday.
She might. He's 60 today.
60?
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yep.
Man, a little older than I thought.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I would have guessed 50s, but I would have guessed like 57 or something.
No, he's 60. Yeah.
Wow.
Biggest selling artist of the 90s with more than 60 million albums sold. And David Bryan is 60 today, longtime keyboardist for the band Bon Jovi. So those are your birthdays that we're aware of. If you're having one today, happy birthday to you. Was traveling a little bit this weekend. I want to talk a little bit about, I don't think that the camera will show this, but I have a picture behind me that was taken by our good friend Pat Lindner, and went and saw Pat in Lincoln. He's located at the Ambassador, I believe it's called. It's a care facility down there. And we talked about Pat the other day, having a rough time with health and so forth. So he's down there. We did get a nice visit in with Pat, and he gave us this picture to hang in the studio. Well, actually, I was able to pick out of all the many he had. This was part of his display that he had at the Broken Bow Library a couple years ago. And this one is the road that runs by Yellow Dog Canyon. I know a lot of people call it the Yellow Dog Road, but it's not actually. The road is not the correct name, but it runs next to Yellow Dog, and Pat took this a few years back, coming from west to east, ways down the road from Yellow Dog. Beautiful picture, but he had so many that I hope most of you got to see at the Broken Bow Library when those were on display. And so he's given us that picture. And I want to get, I don't have the address with me right now. Don't let me forget, Brent, this week. I'll get the address so you can drop a card in the mail to Pat. I know he'd appreciate that. He's kind of hunkered down in a room, and I think he'd love to get some mail. So we'll see if we can get that address to you and see if we can get you sending some mail to Pat. He's such a great guy. Worked here for a number of years, and it was good to see him. And I know he'd appreciate the mail. And you can visit him if you're down that way as well, by the way. They allow you in now with just a mask, so the doors are open. Let's see, what else? Oh, Platinum Dawn. Oh, man, I got to tell you.
You didn't use that on your hair, did you?
Look at it, man. Doesn't it look
Dave,
nice?
I'm concerned about that because, listen, I'm just going to be flat out honest with you. I hope I can say, you just have great hair. Well, you do, and a lot of people will say it, and a lot of people comment on it. And the reason I'm concerned is I used Platinum Dawn over the weekend myself.
Where?
Well, in the dishwater.
Well, sure.
And I took a crusted, greasy pan and let it soak in Platinum Dawn for
grease,
about 30 minutes. Oh, it took off the grease all right.
Yeah,
yes.
It'll clean you up.
But, well, yeah, but I'm watching all of this develop, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if I would want to be using this on my hair every day.
I got some relatives coming in this week from Colorado, and they're going to do some business, I believe, with Craig Safranek. And I'm not going to say anything to him about this Dawn situation. You know, I really feel like, from what I seen in the video on that ball game, Craig could really just improve his hair a little bit if he went with the Platinum Dawn. And I'm not going to mention anything to my relatives. I think they're going to meet maybe on Thursday for something. Anyway, I'm going to then ask them, was Craig's hair shiny and clean, sparkling, or was it just normal?
I mean, I think you're okay, like, for once or something using it, but to use it as your shampoo now, I would advise you against it. Now, it's gonna become hard on your hair, Dave.
Oh, don't worry about it. Did you your Platinum Dawn? Do you have what I call the Lazy Man container now? Did you get the newest container? I saw it on TV yesterday.
I don't know. Does
it? So you can just squirt it out? Does it sit upside down and you just squirt it out?
No. This you have to actually pick. You have to actually pick this bottle up and then
squeeze it.
Yeah, squeeze it. And,
does it have a cap on it?
It does.
Okay,
yeah.
The new one, you can get the new container in the Platinum Dawn that you can sit it upside down.
Oh.
And then you just lift it up and there's I don't know, you don't even have a cap on it. It just opens.
Oh.
And that would really work good when you're in the shower to squirt on your hair.
Okay.
Let's see. Today, there's Steve. Today we'll be giving a certificate away, $25 gift card to the Tumbleweed Cafe in honor of our Love Local giveaway.
Am I eligible?
No, you're not. Okay. So we're going to just jump in with Steve. We'll play the game a little bit later on. Looks like we have a pretty open schedule. So be listening later on. We'll play the game. And I also have, I'm going to throw in today, get this envelope open here, some tickets to the pancake, ham, and egg feed at the Broken Bow Municipal Building put on by our veterans. That happens every time of this year. And so we're going to give away some tickets to that, along with some other prizes when we play the game later on. Plus, we're going to give away that Tumbleweed Cafe $25 gift card before we end the show today. Steve is here from the grocery cart. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, fellas.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, I got to tell you, just right off the top, I just want you to know, the green olives that you have at your store are the best green olives. I just been eating them by the ton, and I feel healthier. I feel stronger. My mind is sharper because I've been dumping about a half a jar a day of green olives down, and I got to tell you, I'm feeling good.
That's great.
The price is reasonable, and I just wanted you to know that.
Well, that's just the best news I've heard all day.
I'm sure it just made your day.
It really did.
Say, how's the new checkouts working? I heard good things about them.
Checkouts are working
The automatic ones.
real nicely. The folks that really enjoy them have obviously taken to them real well, and there's folks that don't use them a lot. They're a little hesitant, but that's why we have our helpers there to get them through there, and you'll see me on occasion up there even helping out as well. So don't be afraid. They're super easy. The only thing you're required to have is your payment card. It does not accept cash or check. But we can transfer those transactions to another register. So if you forget and you start up scanning, and we can finish it out, suspend it, and move it to another register. So it's not really a big deal. So that being said, it's very efficient, and it's great for medium to smaller sized orders. Mm-hmm. Although a lot of folks roll up a full cart, and they're all about it, and they do a great job getting those orders through as well. We have carts up there for that reason, to transfer full bags from the bagging station into another cart if it is a sizable order. And so, in a nutshell, they're going really nicely.
Well, I haven't tried, but my wife was watching somebody go through. Mm-hmm. They actually talk to you?
Yeah. It's in a lady's voice.
A lady? Is she nice?
Well, I mean, yeah, pleasant. Robotic, very nice.
She doesn't ask you your political affiliation or anything like that. Okay.
No, thank goodness.
Yeah, no kidding.
Do you just kind of stand off sometimes and watch people, and if you come across somebody that is just flying, do you go up and offer them a job?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, on that note, we're still hiring. We're looking for daytime cashiers, deli manager, and other positions in the deli, evening stocking. However, some have applied, and so some of those positions could be filling shortly. So if you're really wanting one of those jobs, I would advise you to get in now.
Get to it.
Yeah.
I think some of that is starting to percolate. And,
I sure hope so.
Yeah, working better. So,
yeah.
Got some specials for us?
Oh, of course we do. First off, I'll get this out of the way. We've got the free products with points flyer, brand new today through March 6th. So that lasts about a month. And I won't go into the boring details, but you can use your points, a certain amount of points, to get each of these items free. Canned Best Choice tomatoes, Best Choice 4-pound sugar, Era 46-ounce container of Era laundry soap, Best Choice Superior Selection nuts like cashews, mixed nuts in a pouch, 8 ounces, Best Choice Spring Water 24-pack, Best Choice Cream of Soups, Rice-A-Roni in a box, butter by Best Choice, Fiora paper towels, 6 rolls, Folgers coffee, 24 to 30 ounces, Best Choice bacon, 16 ounces, and Best Choice peanut butter, 16 ounces. So I think that's a good array of items that you could easily find. If you're not using the gas for the discounts, you could definitely find one of these items that you would need in your household to use your points towards. So
can't beat it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can show you some ways to earn some points. Just by shopping, you earn 5 points per qualified dollar spent, which is really nice. And then we'll talk about some rewards bonus items where you get a little extra points for a great ad item as well. So I'll talk about those later. This ad runs this February 7th through February 13th, so one day before Valentine's Day and the day of the big game, the showdown. So we've got all the needs you might need for both of those occasions, and of course your weekly food needs as well. So we'll start off in the meat department at the GK. Fresh, 85% lean ground round. Ground fresh daily, $4.68 a pound. Hormel Natural Choice, 8-pound average. Center cut boneless pork loins, $2.18 a pound. Ribeye steaks, yeah, this price isn't going to sound phenomenal, but it's decent for where we're at right now, $15.98 a pound. So if you want to treat your significant other to a nice steak meal, maybe that ribeye steak is the way to go. Of course, that's Grocery Cart's premium aged choice certified Angus beef ribeye steak, so you're getting one of the best cuts of meat you can get from a store there. Hormel Natural Choice country style boneless pork ribs, $2.78 a pound. Maybe you want some wings for the big game. Chicken wing portions by Best Choice, 2.5-pound bag, frozen, $10.98. Wimmer's Little Smokies, 2 for $5. Best Choice shrimp rings, 10 ounces, $7.48. Clausen pickles, $3.98. Got to get that bacon on every week. Jimmy Dean smoked sliced bacon, $3.98 each. Moving on to dairy deals at the grocery cart. Who doesn't need shredded cheese? If you don't have shredded cheese in your fridge, I don't know if you and I can get along. I mean,
oh my!
Obviously, if you have a dairy allergy, I'm not going to hold it against you. But there are some dairy-free shredded cheeses, though.
Are there
as well?
Okay.
So, just as a note, Crystal Farm shredded cheese, 2 for $5. Sunny D citrus punch, 2 for $5, and Crystal Farms chunk cheese, 2 for $5. Yoplait Go-Gurt, nice to have around as a quick snack or maybe in the kids' lunches, 2 for $4. Frozen foods, little known fact, Super Bowl is the largest selling pizza, not really a holiday, but event of the year, just ahead of Halloween.
And Halloween's big, so
and Halloween is big for pizza. So definitely get in and save on Red Baron pizza, 3 for $10 this week, among all the other varieties of pizza that we carry over in that frozen food section. Arby's seasoned fries, $2.98 for a bag. Totino's pizza rolls in a bag. This is the 13 to 24 ounce varieties, looks like 2 for $7. Now on that, I will warn you that we have not been getting those in as well as I'd like to see, but hopefully this week will be different. Mm-hmm. So let's cross our fingers and hope that we're able to have a nice pizza roll party. We have a new item, Edie's Ice Cream, in our store. It's Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I believe. Ice cream, 2 for $5. And as always, a nice lasagna. Frozen lasagna is a great meal once in a while. Let's see, this is Marie Callender's lasagnas, 90 ounces, $13.98. Grocery savings this week at the GK, and while I'm jumping into grocery, don't forget those orange tag savings hung throughout the store. Just a little extra savings that you can find as you're shopping. They are unadvertised, but you'll find all those orange signs prevalently displayed throughout the store to help save you a little extra money on a lot of different items. Grocery savings this week on our ad, a lot of pop and chips you can choose from, snacks. Bugles and Chex Mix is one of those items, 2 for $5. Lay's Frito-Lay chips, 2 for $4. Frito-Lay Doritos, 2 for $6. Gold Peak Tea 6-packs, 2 for $9. Coca-Cola Products, this is the 8-pack bottles or 12-pack cans, as well as the Pepsi product, 8-pack bottles and 12-pack cans, both 3 for $12 this week. So you can mix and match there. No matter how many you buy, whether it's 1 or 25, you're going to get the same deal, 3 for $12. Pepsi product, 6-pack half liters, 3 for $13 as well. Rotel tomatoes, great to add into that Velveeta, 98 cents a can. So if you're looking for a nice queso cheese dip, I know that's a Dave Burney staple, the Velveeta cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pure.
Sure.
It's pure. Top of the line.
Top of the line. Continuing in store-wide grocery savings. You got to top off and dip and all sorts of good things when you're talking about maybe the big game day or any day that you're having maybe a chicken item or some carrot sticks, celery sticks. Maybe you're topping off some meatballs. Let's talk about those sauces you can get this week. Kraft salad dressing, 3 for $5, which includes that lovely ranch dressing. Kraft barbecue sauce, 98 cents each. Buffalo Wild Wings sauce, 12 ounces, $2.68. Top off that hot dog and make a good old chili dog with some Hormel canned chili with beans, 15 ounces, $1.98. And also Old El Paso refried beans, enchilada sauce, or taco shells. So make it a party taco night, $1.68 each on all of those. Act 2 Microwave popcorn, 3-count, $1.78. Farm fresh produce. They've got the goods, healthy goods, and then maybe some taco fixings or some salsa fixings this week. Roma tomatoes, 98 cents a pound. Cilantro in a bunch, 98 cents each. Jalapeno peppers, 98 cents a pound. Yo Quiero salsa, 2 varieties, 15 ounces, $2.98 each. Dole shredded lettuce, 8-ounce bag, 2 for $3. Holy guacamole, and we've got that, 3 varieties, 7.5-ounce container, $2.98 each. As I watch both of these guys smile at my holy guacamole statement.
It works.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, sometimes it's nice to crack open those nuts out of the shell and eat them fresh like that. We've got the Gurley's in-shell peanuts. These are tumble roasted peanuts in our produce department, $1.68 a pound. Fresh deli at the GK, always got a lot of good stuff going on. The daily specials, of course, Wednesday is Wings Day. That's an easy one to remember. Monday and Tuesday, Chester's number 3 meal, 4-piece tenders, 2 sides and a drink, $8.98. And then Thursday and Friday, Chester's number 4 meal, 2-piece chicken, 1 side and a drink, $7.98. On ad this week, we've got Kretschmar hard salami or pepperoni, sliced to order, $6.48 a pound. Mrs. Jerry's Parmesan bow tie or cheddar broccoli pasta, super good salads there, $3.98 a pound. Both of my favorites from that deli there. St. Louis ribs. Who doesn't like some ribs or some wings? Of course, we have Wings Day. This Super Sunday special, February 13th only. Call ahead and order your St. Louis ribs, $6.98 a pound, and fresh hot wings, $7.98 a pound. So get those orders in.
I see Brent thinking, I think I'll do that.
I was just going to say, yeah, that sounds appealing for Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So definitely get those orders in. Again, put those orders in because it's really hard for a deli to know how much they're going to sell just at random. So if you get your order in, you'll for sure be able to pick up what you need and at a specific time as well. So you know it's going to be nice and fresh for you. So definitely get those orders in for Super Sunday Special at the GK Deli, February 13th only.
All right.
GK Bakery, we've got new French bakery baguettes, $1.28 each. Father's Table cheesecake, 16 ounces, $4.98 each. Maybe a great dessert for that Valentine's table. Also a great dessert for Valentine's would be chocolate-covered strawberries. Treat your sweetheart with some chocolate-covered strawberries from our bakery. So call the bakery to secure your chocolate-covered strawberries. You need to order by February 10th to ensure that you are able to get an order of those fresh strawberries covered with chocolate.
You like those?
I mean, I don't know who wouldn't. If you like strawberries and you like chocolate, most people do.
Yeah, go together good.
Yeah, they do. Sweet and most of the time savory and sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet on sweet.
I like that better than chocolate on cherries.
Really?
Yeah, I'd rather have strawberries. Or maybe, I haven't tried green olives yet, but I think they might be good with chocolate.
Chocolate-covered green olives?
My.
Yeah.
I don't know what world you're living on, but...
Same world you are, Steve.
Well, I heard you got zapped in.
Chocolate-covered green olives.
Kind of like Star Trek. They zap you in every morning.
Beam me down or
Beam
up.
you down, yeah, and up. Possibly.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, strawberries and chocolate.
He's not going to confirm or deny.
No, I'm not. I can't. Maybe I don't know for sure.
Very good. All right, so get those strawberry orders in by February 10th again, and then get your orders in for that Super Sunday special probably before Saturday, as we are closed Saturday in the deli. So get them in by Friday for the ribs and the wings there. So, all right, stop by that wine and spirit shop for your favorite or your new favorite. A lot of good things on ad and otherwise, a lot of local items or Nebraska items as well. Rewards bonus items. We talked about this earlier, those free products with points, a new flyer out. So you got to earn those points to get those free items or those gas discounts with your rewards card. And I sent out a Facebook post on this last week that since the inception of the rewards card, we've paid out almost $200,000 in gas discounts and about $180,000 in free product. So
wow.
Nearly 4 years, I think 3.5 years approximately, we've been participating in that rewards program, and we're thankful that our customers are participating as well. Yeah, thanks a bunch for that. So your rewards bonus items that you can buy this week: Rotella's slider buns, 12 count, 2 for $5, earn 250 points. That's on our bakery slant tables over adjacent to the dairy department corner over there. Armor homestyle meatballs frozen, 2 for $5, earn 300 points. Campbell's chicken noodle or tomato soup, 98 cents, earn 150 points. Crystal Farms cheese wraps. So these are kind of like a cheese tortilla. So if you're trying to cut the carbs, you could use these cheese wraps to make a taco/burrito and skip all those tortilla carbs. $3.98 from our dairy, 400 points each. Eat Smart veggie trays from produce, 22 ounces, $6.98, earn 700 points. We also have Mr. Dell's hash browns, 2 for $5 from the frozen department, 250 points each. Heinz squeeze ketchup, 3 for $10, earned 350 points. And Master of Mixes cocktail essentials over in the spirits department, $2.98 each. For a 12-ounce bottle, earned 300 points. So if you're looking for a nice mixer, liquid, whatever you want to call it, for your spirits or your drinks for the big game, definitely check that out, as well as all that other stuff in the wine and spirits shop. That's how you can earn some extra bonus points. There's no limit on those items, so you can earn as much as you want by buying as much as you want, and then once you've earned all those points, you can use them for gas discounts at Casey's here in Broken Bow and on free items there at the GK. Plenty of Valentine's candy in aisle 1. I was mistaken on the flowers, but they'll be nice and fresh. They're coming this coming Friday.
Okay.
So they'll be super fresh, just arriving, and you can purchase them Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for your sweetheart.
All right.
A dozen roses and otherwise that we'll have on hand. So
Make nice gift.
Yeah.
All right. Any pick on your part on the Super Bowl, or who's your favorite? What do you think is going to happen?
Oh, this is just a great matchup. I don't know. There's probably a few fans around here of these teams, but not very many. I'm guessing the Chiefs were the biggest followed
no doubt.
Team.
Yeah.
It's just super exciting to see both of these teams there, especially the Bengals again. A lot of the kids around here weren't even alive the last time they made it to the Super Bowl. And so, it's exciting. I don't really care who wins. I guess if I were leaning, I'd say Rams, but I will be happy with a good game no matter how it turns out.
Yeah. Well, so far the Bengals have been pretty surprising. I think they've been counted out a few times, and they kind of pull through. So it should be a good matchup, we hope, because there's going to be a whole lot of hype before we get to the game. We know. So
they've been chugging along real good. So what's stopping them now?
Right. Yeah, just like you guys chugging along at the grocery cart,
doing the best we can anyway.
Brent chugging along with, he's resisting some of my suggestions, but he's chugging along with his sports. I've got some other ideas for him.
I have a question for you before you go, if you have time.
Yeah.
Yep. Dawn dish soap.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is that in the dish soap aisle or the shampoo aisle?
Well, obviously the dish soap aisle.
Thank you.
It should have its own section.
Thank you.
It should be in it as I don't know, right in.
I mean, I'm sure you can wash your hair with Dawn dish soap. However, it's potent enough to. I've seen those commercials where it removes like crude oil off of wildlife.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
Do you know that's what Dave has been using? He's been washing his hair with Dawn dish soap, and I'm telling him to quit because I'm afraid that it's going to take a toll.
Have you been using a shot of motor oil on your hair prior to using that just to see if you can get it out?
A couple of days it needs to be degreased, and I went with the regular Dawn the first time, and then Kelly Safranik was in and mentioned Platinum, and I tried it, and it's even better.
And you're being serious here. You actually use that on your hair?
Look at it. Can't you tell?
No, but sure. I don't have hair, so I don't really get to have that.
Use it on your beard.
Yeah, I'll have to grow my beard out sea captain style and use some Dawn Platinum on it.
You know, I'm not saying that you're a messy eater, but hey, if you got a little, maybe some gravy in your beard or something, that Dawn will clean it right out.
Well, I'd probably try to lick up the gravy before I cleaned it.
Oh, boy. Grocery cart, 7 days a week. They're ready for you, and they're ready for the Super Bowl. I think you can tell.
Indeed.
Get your shopping in and get to those jobs. There's some job openings, but they do have applicants, so don't put it off any longer.
That's right.
Thanks, Steve.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Brent. It's always a pleasure working with you, my brother.
Well, back at you, Dave.
Oh, man.
Bro.
There's a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow if auto owners make sense for you.
Listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Satellite images show Ukrainian troops moving ever closer to Belarus border with Ukraine. CBS's Imtiaz Tayyab is in Kyiv.
U.S. intelligence officials say President Putin still hasn't decided whether to invade, but has nearly everything he needs to launch what could be the largest scale military operation Europe has seen since World War II.
The CDC is expected to shorten the recommended period between third and fourth COVID booster shots to just 3 months for the immunocompromised. Dr. Mark Klein in New Orleans.
This is the process working using real-time data from the real world to refine the way that we're protecting people against this virus.
They've declared a state of emergency in Ottawa, where a truck convoy is jamming the downtown area in a protest over continued COVID restrictions. Mayor Jim Watson.
Someone is going to get injured or seriously killed if they don't understand the severity of the situation.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here is a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. A move some see as the beginning of the end for Nebraska's nonpartisan legislature is running into a slew of opposition. State Senator Julie Slama, a Republican, wants to change the state constitution and identify candidates for the legislature by political party. In other words, the ballot would note if a candidate is a Republican or a Democrat. Among those fighting Slama during a public hearing were 4 former state lawmakers, but Slama says the change is long overdue. Here are some of the comments from Slama, former Senator Galen Hadley, a Republican, and former Senator Burke Haar, a Democrat.
Almost all other candidates for office in Nebraska, from president to public service commission, have their party affiliation indicated on the ballot. LR 282CA simply holds legislative candidates to the same standard, preventing candidates from misleading voters about whether they're a Democrat, Republican, or something else entirely.
I really am opposed to this. I really truly believe this would, if this passes and it goes in, the next steps will be through rulemaking, so we will look a little bit like Washington. And I don't think we really want to look like Washington.
There's a large academic consensus that voters are less likely to participate in nonpartisan elections than partisan ones, and Nebraska state legislative elections are no exception.
When I did knock doors, I don't ever recall anyone saying to me, you know, if you were just a little more partisan, if you were just a little bit more like Washington, D.C., things would work a lot better down that Capitol. I heard just the opposite of that.
Only one other person testified in favor of Slama's bill. 15 opposed it.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles,
Here's Ralph Irvin.
There is just one game left on the NFL schedule, and it will be on Sunday, Super Bowl 56 in Los Angeles. However, there are NFL coaching moves to announce, including the Miami Dolphins hiring Mike McDaniel Sunday as their new head coach. He's 38 years old. This is his first head coaching job. He'd been the offensive coordinator with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, the Houston Texans reportedly talking to their associate head coach Lovie Smith about taking over the franchise. Smith previously was a head coach of the Chicago Bears, took him to the Super Bowl, was also the head coach of the Buccaneers. And Alvin Kamara arrested after the Pro Bowl for an assault at a nightclub in Las Vegas on Saturday. He will be in court later today. Luka Doncic triple-double as Dallas beats Atlanta 103-94.
Here's your weatherology forecast. High temperatures approaching 60 degrees for today. We'll see a good deal of sun. Winds turning to the northwest at 10 to 15. Then for tonight, mostly clear skies, lows in the upper 20s. Mid-50s for highs on Tuesday, still lots of sunshine. We'll have some gusty northwest winds at 20 to 30. And still on the breezy side for your Wednesday, back to the upper 40s. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Is your current financial advisor really listening to you, or just waiting for his or her turn to talk? Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin,
your local Edward Jones financial advisors. And we are here, ready to listen. We want to know what's important to you. We want to learn about your goals so that together we can put you on the financial path that's right for you. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
It's 8:12, and you're listening to The Breakfast Show, and we appreciate that very much. Jess McCaslin is here from the Broken Bow Area Rotary, and we appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, I appreciate being able to come in.
So, how's things going?
They're going. You know, it's been kind of laid back. We needed those breathers, I think, though, because last year was kind of go, 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 go.
Yeah.
And we'll get back into that.
It won't be long, will it?
Right. Yeah, this is our calm before the storm.
Mm-hmm. So what are some of the things you're preparing for?
Well, coming up in February, again, it's not a massive rush in February. But we do have, on February 16th, we're meeting at noon at the Chamber this time. And Stephanie from the Chamber, we decided we're going to call her that.
Or you call her Steph or Stephanie.
Right. Yeah. She is going to be presenting on the Chamber itself. And so anybody who's interested in learning about membership in the Chamber, what they do, some of the events they have, we will be there learning about that. And she is one of our Rotary members. And so it's fun. We're kind of trying to get to know our members better and some of their businesses or who they work for, things like that.
It's a great idea. And there's probably, I would think, quite a bit more going on at the Chamber than most realize. So this will be kind of a good way to kind of get caught up as to what's going on there.
Yes, definitely. I think there's always more behind the scenes everywhere than what people know.
Yes.
So, and then on February 23rd, we're going to meet at noon at the library. It is my father-in-law's birthday. But also it happens to be the 116th birthday of Rotary. My father-in-law is not that old.
Are you I don't think so.
Dave, if you date my father-in-law, you're going to date yourself.
I know. I'm not going there.
I'm thinking maybe he's like, I can't make him younger than me, can I? I was thinking I could say 30 this morning, but that would be weird.
Yeah. The numbers wouldn't work.
Right. So we are going to have some cake there at the library. We're going to learn all about Rotary and some of the avenues of service that the Rotary International does, as well as national, and then, of course, getting more local, statewide, things like that. We'll talk then, of course, about what our club is doing, too. We are meeting this week. Oh, gosh, is this the second week of February?
Yeah.
So we're meeting this week at 7 a.m. over at Prairie Grounds, and we're going to be going over a grant that we are co-signing for Africa. And so that's our project down there, working with them to build the Women's Center, and it's a self-sufficient place for women to learn and create things that they need and sell them. And
talked about that last time. It sounds like that would really enhance their lives.
Yes, that's our goal. Service above self, right? Mm-hmm. Enhancing lives of others. So we have those things coming up this month. And it's going to be a lot of fun, of course. We like to have good times at our meetings.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing I really wanted to talk about today, the applications just opened up for this. If you are a sophomore or a junior in high school, they're probably not listening, right? Because they should be
Hopefully
in school.
They're in school.
Mom and dads might be, though.
Yeah.
Yes. If you have a sophomore or a junior in high school, we have RYLA coming up this summer. RYLA is Rotary Youth Leadership Academy, and it takes place at Halsey, the 4-H camp up at Halsey in July. I believe it's a week long. Don't quote me on that. It might be 4 days, but it's close to a week. And what it is you know what, I'm just going to read it because that's so much easier, right? It is a co-ed leadership camp designed to develop leadership skills through problem solving, communication, and team building, while learning about the value of service, the importance of community, and the role of Rotary locally and internationally. Participants will develop self-confidence and a network of friends. RYLA students participate in team building, trust activities, participate in hands-on leadership development activities, hear from first-class speakers from throughout the state, and engage in fun activities. And the nice part of it is our local Rotary groups pay the tuition for the camp.
Oh.
And so if you have a sophomore or junior who you think would be someone who could really benefit from this, our last person that went from Broken Bow, we sent another person from Arnold last year, but our Broken Bow person has graduated and is now attending the Citadel. So,
wow.
Yeah, she learned a lot of leadership skills.
She really did, yeah.
And so we pay the tuition for it, and so it's free for that student to go. And we would love to sponsor another one from our area, whether it's Broken Bow itself or the surrounding area. So definitely get in your applications to that, because we have several local Rotary clubs who can kind of pitch in for any student who wants to do that.
Okay. So it's for the area. And again, how do they get the application?
That's right. Yes. So we will post the link for the application and any information on Facebook. If you run into Deb or myself or something like that, you can ask us and we can probably email it to you too.
Okay.
Straightforward. But the easiest way will be to go to Facebook, look up Broken Bow Area Rotary, and we will have the link posted there, the information on the exact dates for it. Let me check and make sure they didn't send that. The applications are due by March 31st.
Okay.
Because it is a process. It's an interview process. It's not just turn in your paper and you get to go. We're going to interview you. Why do you want to go? What do you see? What benefits do you think you're going to get out of this? Because we want to promote it too.
Well, you want to have be successful, so that interview process is needed and important. So it takes a little while.
Yes, it does. So we want to be able to do that and send the candidate or candidates that are going to fit the mold as best as possible. Now, it's not saying you have to be perfect in everything.
No, of course not.
We all know that leaders, we have our flaws here and there. That's also what makes a good leader.
We're human beings. That's right.
Yes, right. Yeah. When you can learn from your flaws, that's a big part of leadership. So,
and part of leadership is if you have a weakness, finding people who are strong in that particular area to fill in. So
yeah, there's a quote. Don't ask me who says it because I'm not going to be able to pull that one. But it said something like, the best leaders are the ones you don't recognize are there, because they, of course, are promoting.
Got the people in place.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're promoting their staff. They're promoting the project. They're in the backgrounds, like we were talking about earlier, right? Stephanie at the chamber, she's in the background.
Yeah, don't know all the things that are going on, right?
Right. Okay. So, but definitely, like I said, juniors, sophomores, parents, if you have one of those in school right now, definitely apply for it. So it's a lot of fun.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Don't wait to get in and get set up and get that interview going, and might be the student who gets to go.
Yeah. And we know summer's busy. It's supposed to be the break, right, for all these high school kids.
Used to be.
Right. So we know that kids are really busy and things like that, but definitely get online. You'll see the information posted there, so you can look at the dates, make sure they're not going to any other camp or have some big, state tournament or something going on. and decide if that's going to work for you, because we want to send somebody. It's not cheap to go, but we definitely want to send someone, and we pay for all of it. And so
take advantage of it.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Anything else?
It's kind of like I said, this is our break time. And so that's our big thing. We do have an exchange going on right now that we are helping with India. So it's been kind of interesting to see what they're talking about and some of the comparisons. It's a virtual exchange, so we can't send a student overseas and we can't bring one over here. So instead we have, I want to say 5 from our area, our district, who are attending, and it's been kind of fun. My daughter is one of them, actually, who is doing it. And so they do presentations on music, on art, on foods and culture. And so I think she's learning a lot, not only about our culture, because she's got to research some of that stuff, but also, of course, the Indian culture, which is the goal, is for everyone to learn a lot.
Yeah.
And so it's a bummer they can't go there. But
yeah, and the Rotary over the years has done a lot of exchange, wonderful partnerships with different areas of the world, and hopefully maybe down the road we'll be able to do some more of that.
Yes, and we're kind of tossing around a virtual exchange with our twin site in Africa, too, in Zimbabwe, which will be very interesting, I think.
Yeah.
But we're kind of focusing on the project right now versus the exchange with them.
Yeah.
But hopefully someday we can get that going and get some of their students.
For folks out there listening, you're just getting part of what the Rotary does. If you'd like to get more information, they can contact you, or if they'd like to consider joining. I know you'd be willing to talk to them about that.
Oh, definitely. We have lots of projects coming up, too, that you can choose from to engage in.
Okay.
Jess, when we think about membership, I know that the motto of Rotary is service above self, but don't overlook networking opportunities.
Yes.
If you're a member of Rotary, right? I mean, you talked about getting to know your members better, and I'm sure that there is a lot of networking that goes on among your members when you get into Rotary.
Oh, definitely. And I think the epitome of that would be my mother-in-law, Deb. That lady knows everybody, not only in the town, but across the state now, I think.
Yeah.
And then and nationally,
I was
and
going
a
to
few
say across the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of those came through Rotary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's some of the stories they tell too. Is like one of our members of the district said he went around and took Rotary cards with him, and he'd hand out these Rotary cards, and people would be like, "Oh, let me help you. We can get you a taxi. We can do this." Or they were the taxi for a few of his trips. They're like, "Yeah, we'll just meet you and pick you up at the airport," just because both sides, himself and then where he was headed, were members of Rotary. And so you make a lot of great connections, not only for that reason, but helping out and being able to do things like that. It's always fun to see who's in there. One of the other kids that is in the exchange with my daughter, I found out they're from Kearney, and I know the parents. I did not know they were members of Rotary.
Wow. And now you know.
I do. And so it was kind of funny to talk to the parent and be like, "Your daughter's doing the same exchange mine is." And so it was a lot of fun. Yes, you make connections all over the place. And we still have like the polio wagon. I don't want to call it wagon. Trailer. That's the word I want.
There you go.
Yeah, we still have that. And so we're not doing a lot with it right now, but it's kind of cold to go through.
Well, the weather will help you.
Yes, yes. But anybody who wants information on that, we have that available still. And we will, I believe, for another year.
Oh, wow. Great.
So,
okay.
Before we pass it on to somebody else.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, it's great. Next month, I said you guys could do a live with me, but it'll be from an operating table. I don't know if you've ever done a birth before.
No.
Wow. That'd be a first for the breakfast show.
Yeah, we've not done that. I did have my wife make a comment once that she thought if we could sell a remote for my funeral, I would do it.
Yes.
But I don't think we've done either one of those. So.
Yeah, well, and a C-section's probably not as fun as me like holding my husband's hand and screaming, "You did this to me."
You dog. Thanks, Jess.
Yes, thank you.
We'll take a time out.
The winter clearance is going on right now at your home-owned shoe store, Bo Bootery. That's right. Save on styles you can wear right away. We've marked 30% off winter shoes, snow boots, bear paws, and fashion boots. Of course you're going to need socks, leggings, and tights, too. So we've marked them down as well. Need overboots? We have them. Plus some western boots, too. Some exclusions apply, but the savings are everywhere. Winter clearance at Bow Bootery, downtown Broken Bow.
For Valentine's Day, shop at Barney Health Mart in Broken Bow. Cards, candy, and so much more. If jewelry is what you want to give, it's all marked at 20% off, including Montana Silversmith. For the kids you love, warmies are also marked at 20% off, perfect for young ones needing the comfort of a warm friend. They are Chamber Love local participants and look forward to seeing you soon at Barney Health Mart in Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Ag producers, if you are looking to save money and secure spring seed, Arrow Seed is offering early booking and early pay discounts on alfalfa, summer annual forages, and more. Order your alfalfa by February 10th and save 5%. Pay for it at that time and you will save an additional 6%. Save even more with quantity discounts. Order your Arrow Seed forages by February 10th and save 5%. Discounts also available on oats, other small grains, and peas too. See your local Arrow Seed dealer or visit arrowseed.com to see how you can save money on your spring seed needs.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness, modern medicine or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all, your nose is the body's air filter for trapping dirt and germs, the first line of defense against allergens, bacteria, and viruses from getting into your lungs. But how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage isn't medicine, it's more like plumbing. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply, and then out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2
Watching my son play the sport he loves 2.5 hours away. My family's asleep, and I have a little bit of quiet. Need to look at and sign our loan renewal? Done. Need to deposit a check? On it. Need to transfer some money to my daughter in college? Taken care of. Nebraska State Bank has the ability to make sure I can do my banking when it fits my schedule. So yeah, midnight is banking time. My banking time.
Nebraska State Bank, Broken Bow, Callaway, Myrna. Member FDIC.
For those 62 years of age and for those that are handicapped or disabled regardless of their age, the Grand Generation Manor in Callaway has affordable housing available. An equal housing opportunity provider and employer. They're located at 200 South Grand Avenue in Callaway. The Grand Generation Manor.
Ace Hardware in Broken Bow has new owners. Joe and Liz Franzen took over in November of this past year and have continued working hard to serve you with great tool brands like Steel and Milwaukee, plus paints from Clark and Kensington, including primer all-in-one that can be computer matched with your color preference. Of course, plumbing and electrical supplies are in stock too. New hours alert. As of February 1st, they are open Monday to Friday, 7:30 until 6, and Saturday, 8 until 4. Open earlier and staying open until 6 to better serve you at Ace Hardware in Broken Bow.
It's 8:34. Good morning to Holly, who's checked in with us. She says, happy Monday. From Stan, good morning to you lovely people. Well, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
And Denise, good morning to you as well, who have taken the time to type in good morning. And good morning to you folks out there. And good morning to Mr. Keith Ellis. How you doing?
Top of the day.
Same
great.
to you. Do you, like, when you sleep at night, do you think about economic development, or do you, like, maybe think about fishing or something?
Well, that's an interesting question. I wake up about 2:30 to 3 o'clock every night.
Really?
And my mind just starts clicking away of things I got to do, and so about 30 minutes to an hour, I'm thinking, here's what I got to do, and then I have a cup of tea and fall back asleep and get another 3 hours of sleep or so.
So you have that little period where you wake up and kind of sort your day out.
I just can't shut down.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'll give you a call around 3. That's usually what time
I'll give you a call.
Wake up. Okay. Well, you have a lot of things to think about. There's a lot of things that are going on, and I know you're kind of a matrix guy. I guess from listening to you, like to have it charted out so that you know what your goals are and how you're going to reach them. And I think that's in your trade very, very important.
Yeah, there's so many different things going on that if you don't track it and measure it, then you really don't know if you've moved the meters at all. And so I really like to lay it out, and I can document things that way, and it's important because we do so many different things. And the board of directors stays on top of things because of that, and we have priorities, things that are must do, have to, gotta do, and when we have time, we'll do. The kind of thing.
Yep, you gotta have that little bucket too.
Yeah. So I believe in documenting and having a matrix that I can measure things, and plus it keeps me on track so I don't forget something.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's just jump in and just take a look at this week, for instance. What will you be working on Monday through Friday of this week? What's on your matrix?
Housing. The first half of the week is going to be housing. Late last week, and if people aren't familiar with this at all, but grant work, federal or state grant work, is just it's a universe of its own. And so I do a lot of paperwork for grants, and so now because from the end of the year, we have 6-month reports that we do, income reports, all of the different revenue streams that come in, whether they're housing or owner-occupied rehab or business loans, any of those kinds of things, all have to be reported and all have to be documented. And so, and it's all new to me. And so it takes me longer to get through those reports, and I need help getting those reports done. So last week was, I already submitted a partial report, and I got a call, and we got to go back and filter it even more.
Yeah.
And so that's part of the bureaucracy. You got to do it right, and you got to do it the way they want it. And so yeah, this week, the first few days is going to be just grant work.
Do you ever wish that they would? I just was going through something like this for the FCC, and then there was a kind of a middle person ahead of that was conducting the paperwork. So it was kind of a two-tiered thing. And what drove me crazy, and I don't know if it's that way with grants, but I would submit it, and then they would send it back and say, you need to correct this. So I would correct that, send it in, they'd send it back, and they would say, you need to correct this. And I'm thinking, why don't they just go through it and have you correct everything rather than one piece at a time? Doesn't that drive you crazy?
It just happened late October, early November. We've been waiting to get some funds back from the state on some housing, and so they went to a new system, more of a automated system.
Yeah.
And so we got the report done, and then they sent back and said, you got to do this, and so we took our time to get it all done right, and then they sent back and said, oh, now you have to have signatures, and they've never had signatures in the past, and so we had to do all that, and now we have it all done. We haven't had any other responses that we need to do anything, but now we're waiting on the darn money for months.
That's when they say, thanks for the submission, you're good to go, and then... Then what?
Yeah.
It's a big, long wait.
They want it in a hurry, but they're not in a hurry to get it out.
Well, and that does take a lot of your time. And you mentioned that of all your years of experience doing economic development, this is not something you've done a lot of.
No, I haven't. So. Yeah. And one of the things with the matrix, as we talked about, I try to measure my time because it's got so many different variables to it, and so about 60% of my week is paperwork and grant work, and so I have to spend a lot of time at it, and it'll get less as I get better at it.
Sure,
but it's certainly it takes a lot of time, and that much time for one particular area, which is a high priority. Housing is a high priority that we have to do, and it's a must, and no argument with that at all. I think I have 7 different. I didn't count, but I think there's 7 different categories of workload that I have, and that's everything from just administering the operations of the organization, the governance of the organization, tourism. We have the workforce marketing that we're working on, and workforce skills development. And we have entrepreneurship, business startups. We have business attraction and retention and expansion. And I don't know how many that is, but
it's a lot.
So that's all on my plate.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned in the meeting, the last meeting, I think it was, that you may be able to get some interns to help you.
Yeah, and I don't know about this semester. You really need to do it ahead of the semester so that the students can lock in time.
Right.
But yeah, I am going to be talking to some of the school districts to see about. I'd like to get marketing is a huge area that I love to work in, and I would really like to get at least 2 students to work in the marketing area, and one of the main objectives of one of those interns would be to really work on all of our social media. We are contracting or have an agreement with someone to do all our social media, but you need to have someone that can help write the stories and the themes and the things you got to work on. And so I really want one student to do that part of it, and then if I can get one other student to work on like 3 or 4 projects, and it wouldn't be the project management as much as it is the follow-ups, the phone calls, the setting up appointments, that level of work. I I've had interns in my economic development world for probably 6 years, and they're not fluff jobs. These are real jobs. And just to give you an example, I had an intern that all she did was completely rewrite all of the text for our website from a 50-something kind of text to the 25-year-old text kind of messaging.
Yeah.
And she did an unbelievable job. I had one student that all he did was market workforce development opportunities for the military retirees. When you retire from the military, one of the things they do is an exit interview. So part of that exit interview is we want to have information there for them so that they can think about Custer County, Nebraska, to see if there's an interest to come here with all the different diverse jobs that we have here. And all he did was talk to the bases and the people that actually did the exit interviews. So it's dynamic, and I know there isn't a lot of time. If I can get 5 hours a week, maybe 6 hours a week out of an intern, we can do unbelievable things. And so it's a little late to get it started this semester, and I understand that. So we're going to be working on next fall to so we can get schedules put in place so we can. And these are high achiever students who don't need a lot of over the shoulder or anything like that. They actually don't even have to come into the office to work. They can work up at the school or at home or whatnot for the things that we do. And I have one of the things I'd love to do, and we're not quite ready for that, is on the recruitment. Is I'd like to have an intern, and all they do is we have the ability to get access to about 7,000 to 9,000 companies and the CEO contacts for those companies. And so what I'd like to do is to be able to have an intern actually do all the behind-the-scenes research, look for annual reports, look for stories about that particular company if they're doing some sort of an expansion or they've made another contract on something, doing those kinds of things, and just some kind of a flag that says they're moving, they're doing something. And so and this person, all they did was do all of that research, and then we would set up a marketing campaign. And I call it nurture marketing, where you funnel from suspect down to prospect, and through communications and developing a relationship with them. And he was cranking out 40 a week.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And so, as I said, I think last week, you got to kiss a lot of frogs, right?
Yeah.
So that's exactly what we do. And so I'd love to have, and we won't get to that level right now. We need to work more on the labor market things right now. But certainly it's long-term. You got to have a long-term strategy for recruitment, and that would be one.
I think, folks, if you're listening out there, you get the idea now that Keith is just getting started. You've been here a while, but you're really just getting started, and you've run onto some things that you're, the grant writing and that sort of thing that is probably going to be well worth the time, but has kind of slowed you down just a little bit. With some of your ideas, I know you want to get out and visit with businesses. You have a lot on your plate, but I think you're just getting started. And we had a great meeting last week about marketing and inviting people to come and work here. I was really kind of stoked up when we left the meeting the other day.
Yeah, there's some great challenges and some things for us to work into a strategy and some implementation strategies of how to connect to varying levels, age groups, demographics, and start to tell our story. And marketing's never a do something today, get the results tomorrow kind of a thing, instant kind of gratification. It's a long-term application of telling your story, getting it to the right people, the right decision makers, and that's what we're going to be doing in our marketing now. We have 3 different phases of that, and so we have the high school graduates, the 30-something group, which is the 25 to 40-year-olds, and then the pre-senior and senior age, where we're going to be reaching out to people and trying to get them, and the mantra really is that they have an understanding of the rural roots of this area. Either they're from here or they have rural roots in some cases where they at least have an understanding. But, there's that dynamic, which has amazed me when I came back, is the diverse levels of workforce skills that we have here. I mean, you look at Beck and Dickinson, you got the chemists, the biologists, all of that unbelievable high science level.
Engineers. And,
yeah, all of that. And then you have Adams with all of the different the professional levels that they have, and then all of the businesses around the area and what they demand for their criteria for work. And it's really diverse, and I think that's a great story we need to tell.
Yeah. If you've been to Sergeant Pipe yet, in the back yet?
I haven't.
Oh, it's gonna blow you away. The machine shop and what's going on there is just unreal. They quietly go around and manufacture things that go all over the world, and they have all this heavy equipment back there to build all those things. It's amazing. And you got that in Sergeant Irrigation and Pipe, and as you say, the different technologies out at the Adams. There's a lot, as you say, that of people come in and do jobs that we don't even know about.
Exactly, and that's a story we need to tell.
Yeah.
People have that perception. You live in rural Nebraska, you're kind of put in a box. These are the kinds of jobs that you have. There are those kinds of jobs that we have, and they're extremely important, because the bottom line of every job is to make money for your employer.
Yep. Can't
forget that. And so that diversity has to be told. We have to change that perception, and that's a long-term deal. But we have great stories here about what we do, and in this Custer County area, just all over the county. And then you get into the dynamics, which we've talked about in the past, the leadership, the type of individuals we have in our communities that are doers, that get things done, and just the growth factor because of that. It's pretty. So there's so many great stories to talk about in our marketing and how we reach people, and the strategy is building that platform of the audience.
Yeah.
To hear it.
Honeybees production up at Anselmo, people in their homes running businesses on their desktops, and they can do that and do business anywhere in the world. And so that opens that up too. I love the idea, and in being in advertising, you just run into that, and I understand it, because sometimes people say, well, I want to market, I want to advertise, and sure, if you're spending the money, you really want to see immediate results, but it's a long-term thing. And if you'll look at the people that are on the airwaves here on KCNI KBBN, like your Arrow Seeds and those people, Chapin's and all these different businesses that have been around a long time, they've never quit marketing from the time they started, and they continue to do that long term. And I remember, Keith, I had a photo studio, and I put an ad in the paper and run some radio ads, and I was just figuring the phone would start ringing next week, And it took longer than that, but it was successful, but it took a while.
Yeah. So it's consistency. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And one of the things back on the marketing side, there always has to be a baseline to your marketing. And so the baseline that we're going to be using is going to be our local media, because it starts at home. And so the local media is going to play a huge role in how we develop that message to the area people, because it's those people that are going to become the marketing arms of what we're trying to do. It's the grandpas and grandmas, the aunts and uncles, or the people that these people we're trying to attract have that rural root connection. And so it starts, you got to build from the baseline, from home. And so we're going to be starting a whole platform of marketing through the local media as well. I mean, we've talked about it. And so I'm excited about it. It's fun work, it's challenging work, and you just got to stay on top of it.
Well, we'll follow you and help you wherever we can. And some folks out there listening that maybe aren't members maybe would like to be, they can contact you and get lined up to become a member, and that you have different levels, so
we have different levels
to fit different businesses, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we have 3 different levels. They can whatever can meet their financial position, and there's a level that anything under $500 is a great level for someone that a small business or whatever that just wants to get into being a partner in economic development. And then we have the $500 to $2,499, which is the mid-level. Mm-hmm. And then we have the $2,500 and up membership. And so, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because we need funding. We need to have partners, not just the money, but we need to have that engagement of those members. And so it's really important that we continue to grow. If you're not growing in your membership, you're really challenged to sustain what you're doing.
Yeah, and you're talking about if you're out there listening, and you'll have an opportunity, quite likely down the road the next few years, to be a part of some of Keith's roundtable discussions with businesses that can sit around and talk about marketing and what they have found successful and what hasn't worked, and help each other out, right?
Yeah, we're really going to work on a new concept for membership and inclusiveness or engagement, and that's through business roundtables we're going to be doing, and we'll be doing them here in Broken Bow, but we're also going to be doing them in all the Custer County communities as well. I've had a couple conversations already to get started. So
okay, all right. Thanks a lot for coming in.
Well, thank you.
I had one final question. Your hair looks great today. I really like it. Did you happen to use Dawn Platinum?
I'm glad you brought that up. But I didn't. No, I didn't. But I give my cat a bath every week. But I grabbed the wrong material for the shampoo. I used bacon grease instead of.
Oh man.
Yeah, and so I use your recommendation, the Dawn.
On the cat.
Yeah. What's the premium?
Platinum.
Dawn Platinum.
Dawn Platinum.
Oh, Fluffy is just fluffy as ever.
She's fluffy.
But the problem is that there's more cat hair all over the floor. I'm just joking. I really didn't do this.
Well, a lot of times we're just joking on this show.
I know you are.
But Dave really did use Dawn on his hair, right? At least once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've used dish soap a few times over the years, but not Dawn. And Dawn just seemed to make it, fluffy and sparkle. And I don't think there's any bald spots up there yet.
I think "yet" would be the key word there.
The beautician said there will be.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Brent, I think you should try it.
Yeah, not happening.
All right. Well, brother, do what you want.
All right. Thanks,
Keith,
neighbor.
Come back and see us again. Anything that we didn't talk about you wanted to highlight other than the Platinum Dawn?
No, I think we covered quite a bit, so I think we're in good shape.
Okay. We'll talk olives next time you're in.
Oh, yeah, that's a good subject.
Okay. We'll take a time out.
Ansley Lumber and Supply is locally owned and operated and proud to be your full-service lumber yard. From premium lumber and top-quality building materials to paint, tools, and ag supplies. When you drop by Ansley Lumber, their crew is prepared to help you with your project. From the materials for building a house to the accessories and pieces needed to make it a home. Ansley Lumber and Supply, Main Street, Ansley, or call 308-935-1815.
Stay up to date on your bank accounts no matter where your schedule takes you. Sign up for mobile or online banking with Bruning Bank to keep track of your accounts anywhere, anytime. At home, the gym, grocery store, day or night. Deposit checks, transfer between accounts, view transactions, and check balances. Set up bill pay so you never forget to pay a bill ever again. Ready to simplify your life? Download the app or visit bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
At the Callaway Good Life Center, their hometown facility offers the security and comfort of a small town with the advantages of city living. They offer speech, occupational, and physical therapy for their residents. Visit CallawayGoodLife.com for more information.
Love local as we start the new year. KCNI KBBN is giving away $25 gift cards to these area businesses and more on The Breakfast Show.
Geared for sports and Bow Bootery, both on the square in Broken Bow. RT Ace Hardware of Broken Bow.
the Callaway Market, and Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow.
Keep listening for your chance to win on The Breakfast Show. And remember, love local.
Here's Ralph Urban.
There is just one game left on the NFL schedule, and it will be on Sunday, Super Bowl 56 in Los Angeles. However, there are NFL coaching moves to announce, including the Miami Dolphins hiring Mike McDaniel Sunday as their new head coach. He's 38 years old. This is his first head coaching job. He'd been the offensive coordinator with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, the Houston Texans reportedly talking to their associate head coach Lovie Smith about taking over the franchise. Smith previously was a head coach of the Chicago Bears, took him to the Super Bowl, was also the head coach of the Buccaneers. And Alvin Kamara arrested after the Pro Bowl for an assault at a nightclub in Las Vegas on Saturday. He will be in court later today. Luka Doncic triple-double as Dallas beats Atlanta 103-94.
Here's your weatherology forecast. High temperatures approaching 60 degrees for today. We'll see a good deal of sun. Winds turning to the northwest at 10 to 15. Then for tonight, mostly clear skies, lows in the upper 20s. Mid-50s for highs on Tuesday, still lots of sunshine. We'll have some gusty northwest winds at 20 to 30. And still on the breezy side for your Wednesday, back to the upper 40s. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, has the offerings you're looking for this winter to prepare for next year. As you know, every season brings new focuses. Here are theirs right now. Specials on driveline conversions, sprinkler packages, and winter maintenance specials to name a few. If you've worked with Custer Electric and Irrigation in the past, you know that they want to get you taken care of the right way at the best price possible. They encourage you to get the work you need done scheduled as soon as possible because prices are rapidly increasing for a lot of supplies. Plus, that schedule book can only get so full. Don't forget licensed electrical work you might need done too on ag, commercial, and residential applications. Ask for a free quote. Custer Electric and Irrigation, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer in Broken Bow, serving the whole area with electrical, agricultural, and commercial services. Call today at 872-7786. Follow them on Facebook or visit custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
34 degrees outside. It's 9:06. Thanks to our friends at Custer Electric and Irrigation for bringing you weather and news at 9 here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Couple of jobs, a job or two we want to tell you about. And we also want to remind you about Nebraska land hearing. Before we do that, I'd like to jump into a little story that I read because it was, doing a little traveling on Saturday as we listened to you guys do the wrestling, and we were down on Interstate, and we noticed that the Interstate lakes, the sand pits, the old sand pits along a lot of those were either half open or clear open, no ice, which tells me, being on the ice some as an ice fisherman, that it's that time of year where if you do go ice fishing, you're really going to want to test the ice and be careful. And there's always springs and things underneath ice that looks good. So please be careful. I always worry about the Melham Pond here. Kids getting out on that because there's water bubbling up from the bottom of there all the time. I don't even know what it looks like, but just kind of talk to the kids about what they need and not need to do and not do up at the lake here in town, and Ansley and Arnold, they all have water too. So be kind of careful out there, because I was kind of surprised that they were as open as they were. I think they typically open up earlier than others, but tells you the thaws going on there. With that thought in mind, I don't know if you heard the story on CBS. Tricky time of year for outdoor winter, folks, because the temps are coming up, and a group of 18 people who were snowmobiling on Lake Erie in Ohio had to be rescued after a huge crack in the ice broke away, and they were on the chunk.
Wow.
So they were on this chunk of ice with their snowmobiles and threatening their lives. Local news outlets had warned people to stay off the ice the night before, but they did not heed the warnings. Once the crack in the ice opened, they were stranded. Luckily, the Coast Guard and some good Samaritans came to rescue and saved the day. But I would think you would be a little panicky if your ice broke away and you had 18 people, probably 8 or 9 snowmobiles floating away.
Yeah.
And then I heard the story this morning. They said there was no way they were going to get from point A to point B because they drifted quickly and there was a big gap there, so they couldn't get back to the ice that was still solid.
Wow.
So that would be scary. A little story there for you. This is also, and we talked a little bit about sending Pat Linder a card. This is National Send a Card to Your Friend Day.
Oh, good. That's a good idea.
Well, you know, I know we have email and
Facebook.
text and all those sorts of things, but it's still really nice to get a card in the mail, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You know, Brother Brent,
Yeah.
something, maybe I should send you, my bro, and my neighbor, and my good friend and co-host, just a card saying, "Hi, good Brother Brent. Happy.
How often do we handwrite now? You know, like actually send something off that is handwritten.
My wife's very good at it, and sometimes she'll have me sign a card, and I might go ahead and put a little something on it, but typically not as often as we used to.
Oh, not even close,
No,
right? I mean, with Facebook and sending an email or something to say hi. And
do you happen to? I still think better when I actually write it out.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of times, I think some of us are that way, and we actually write it on a piece of paper and then type it in afterwards and use the spell check and all of that. But the thoughts seem to hit the paper somehow better when your hand is on that pen, if you grew up that way, maybe. Now, I don't think kids are that way, but...
Compare your handwriting now to 15 years ago.
Don't really want to.
No, I think I'm the same way. I was writing
bad.
something. It was state duels, actually. I was writing something out, and I'm like, my goodness, my handwriting is sloppy. And I honestly think some of it is because I just don't write
as often
by hand as often as I did, say, years ago, because you do so much on the keyboard now.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. If was doing a deal the other day and had to sign some documents, and it was awful. I looked at my name and I'm going, I'm not a doctor, but it looks like, I mean, it was awful.
Yeah.
And some days, though, it seems like you can write better than others. Maybe because, like you say, you don't do it every day. But the Winter Olympics, day 5 today.
Yep. I don't know. I might come in awfully tired tomorrow.
Why?
I really want to watch the U.S. women's hockey team play Canada tonight.
What time does that start?
I think 10 o'clock Central Time.
They'll show it again later.
I know, but I like the sport of hockey. I'm still not real knowledgeable in all the rules and everything, but we love to go once in a while. I know a lot of people here do go to watch Tri-City Storm in Kearney. I think some people even go to Omaha to watch the UNO hockey team play. And but when the United States takes on Canada in women's hockey, I mean, it's usually at another level.
Yeah.
And they have just had some phenomenal battles. Now, this particular match isn't for a medal or anything, but still, whenever they play each other, it's just a great sporting event. So...
Well, if you look a little tired,
so maybe I'll go home, take a nap, and see how long I can make it.
Yeah, you know, I guess I'll be in the camp that I'm not as interested in the Olympics, I think, because of the whole China thing. Now, I find myself watching it for a little while and going, I don't know, you know, there's and with the whole situation there's hardly any people there watching any of the events.
Yeah, that's kind of hard. We just and I mean, listen, with what has happened with COVID in the last year or two, we have really, I mean, just in our area in high school sports, you just really have come to realize what having that crowd noise and having that atmosphere in the stands,
that energy,
what it adds to a sporting event.
Yeah.
And you never really noticed it maybe until it was gone.
I think you're right.
And
I think you're right.
And the Olympics is, yes, a very good, a very good example of that.
I'm not saying I won't watch it, but I honestly just not as interested, I guess, because of China's record with, human rights and that sort of thing, and then not having anybody there, and it's just kind of tainted a little bit for some of us. But I know, like you said the other day, you love to watch the athletes, and it is hard when they're up on a snowboard with upside down.
I watched some of that. Well, they had that on. Kirk and I went out to eat after state duels, and they were showing the snowboarding. Oh my goodness, these slopes that these people are coming down and doing flips and tricks on is just amazing.
It is. So. It is. I think, and then when you're watching it too, you have to remind yourself that that's not real snow. Or I guess it is real snow, but they got to make it.
Yeah.
Everything they're doing there is all factory-made snow.
Well, I was watching some of the. I don't think it was competition yet. I think it was just downhill skiing. Mm-hmm. I like watching downhill skiing for some reason. And they were showing the people coming down the slope and then off on the side. I mean, there is absolutely no snow whatsoever.
No, it was
You know
brown.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's just crazy how they've had to kind of manufacture snow and
thousands and thousands of gallons
situations.
Of water and 400-some machines to pull that all off.
Wow.
You spoke of COVID, and unfortunately this weekend, COVID deaths now topped 900,000 here in the United States alone. And I know some of you out there go, well, I think that may not be the true number, that maybe some of the COVID deaths are being logged as COVID when it wasn't. And I always think about it this way, well, cut that in half, if you like. That could mean 450,000 people if you don't believe the 900,000, and that's one too many. It's just been something really that we'll never forget, no matter whether you believe all the numbers or not. But reported this weekend, 900,000 people lost here in the United States alone, millions across the world. So we're hoping right now, being positive on a Monday, that the Omicron variant is waning, according to everything that's coming in now. Hospitalizations are starting to go down. Still some people not making it through, but it is improving. Now, if we don't get another wave, we might just be headed in the right direction, but I don't know if we know that or not.
Yeah.
But we're hoping for it, that's for sure, and we'll keep our chins up. And out here in mid-Nebraska, we certainly have had some challenges, but when you look at some other places right now, we're doing better than most, as the saying goes, better than most. Good morning to Millie Winkler this morning.
Morning.
Oh boy, some of the things that we want to cover here. Let's do the business first. Let's talk a little bit about Community Action Partnership and see if we can get somebody hired.
All right. Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership is looking for an individual to work as an infant toddler teacher in Broken Bow. This is a full-time position. Starting wage is $15 to $16.50 per hour. It would depend on your qualifications. Great benefits included, and some of the qualifications they're looking for someone with a Child Development Associate Certificate and would prefer someone with their associate's or bachelor's in early childhood education. Valid Nebraska driver's license and working phone. Previous experience working with infants up to 3 years old and their families. You would be putting together primary care and lesson planning for infants and toddlers, and would be conducting parent meetings and complete various reports. If you're interested in the position, contact CNCAP at 308-745-0780. The extension is 0. Or you can go straight to their website and apply. It's centralnebraskacap.com.
Thank you, Brent. I heard the song yesterday on KBBN from Sting and the Police, Roxanne.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And, actually the story of Roxanne in that song does not emulate the Roxanne that works here at all, but it is fun to go, Roxanne!
Here
That's
you go.
about as far as we go.
Yes. And Roxanne is a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience, and she has the Nebraska Land Hearing Center right here in Broken Bow, Nebraska. Did you struggle with your hearing and or worry about missing out on conversations with family and friends at gatherings? Well, if so, stop in to see Roxanne because she can help. Offering things right now such as free hearing evaluation and free office calls, free extended warranties on new hearing aids, and even offering extended discounts for just buying local. And Roxanne will meet any pricing quoted from other offices in the state of Nebraska. Now, what we want to do today is emphasize the phone number, okay? Here it is. This is the correct number, 308-384-3852. May have been some information sent out recently that maybe had that number wrong, so we want to really emphasize the phone number to you today. It's 308-384-3852. It all starts with a phone call, so contact Roxanne today to set up your appointment at the Nebraska Land Hearing Center.
All right, thank you, Brent. Hey, don't forget, I really enjoyed your remote broadcast last Friday over at Callaway as they're getting ready for the Twisting by the Pool community fundraiser, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, help support the Community Foundation, and what I enjoyed about the remote was just listening to all the things that has been done through the foundation, and they talked about a lot of things that can easily go unseen.
Oh, yeah.
And so they do great work in Callaway, and we have so many, I think we forget. I mean, we talk a lot about, obviously, the Custer County Foundation, but there's a lot of our communities that have a foundation right there within the community.
They do.
Callaway's one of them. So, yeah, this will be a great fundraiser for them, and it'll be coming up on Saturday, February 12th.
Yeah, I think each community either has a foundation or fundraising through their chamber or community group. They don't maybe make as much noise as they should about some of the things they do because they do really accomplish a lot. But this is a chance to kind of celebrate and raise some money in Callaway, and you can get tickets for $25, $200 for a table of 8, and you can call Christy Petkin or Leanna or Mike with questions about purchasing and those tickets. And you can also just make a donation. I know you talked about that in your interview the other day. They'll help you do that. I think they had something like 8-10 tables left last Friday, so I would think they would fill those up this week. So don't hesitate to get a hold of them.
Yep, good point.
All right. Now we've been talking about some things that maybe aren't so much fun to talk about, like silly guys and gals floating on a ice piece with their snowmobiles because they didn't
after they were told not to go out.
Yeah. And of course the whole COVID thing and everything, but we have so many heroes both at home and out there. So right now we're going to switch gears, get a little music going.
Birmingham in 1955, the Freedom Rides of 1961, or the Edmund Pettus Bridge Crossing in 1965. Of those events, what is considered the largest civil rights protest in America? Again, your choices: the March on Washington in 1963, the March on Birmingham in 1955, the Freedom Rides of 1961, or the Edmund Pettus Bridge Crossing in 1965.
The phone's ringing. We'll pick it up while you listen to this.
This is Chip with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, and we have just been appointed with North Star Insurance Company. North Star is one of the top insurance companies in the Midwest. As an independent agency, it's beneficial to have several companies to choose from to get the best coverage for the best price for you. Both Tim and I have ag experience and would be happy to visit with you about insurance for your farm or ranch or your home, auto, life, and health. We handle it all. Stop by and see us today in Broken Bow or Callaway. Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. Look for the big red sign.
If you're looking for the full package, look no further. Team Physical Therapy is pleased to be able to offer you not only physical therapy, but now occupational therapy and speech therapy. Call 872-5111. Together empowering able movement. Team Physical Therapy can help you in all your therapy needs, from babies to the older adult. Call 872-5111. We offer one-on-one therapy with the rehab specialist. Call 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
All right, 9:27, and we have Sandy on the line. Good morning, Sandy.
Morning.
How are you doing?
Not too bad.
Good. Well, you have a chance to win like 3 different prizes, all centered around food. So here's Brent.
Okay, Sandy, what is considered the largest civil rights protest in America? Was it the March on Washington in 1963, the March on Birmingham in 1955, the Freedom Rides of 1961, or the Edmund Pettus Bridge Crossing in 1965? What do you think?
I'm going to say the Freedom Rides.
No, I'm sorry.
Darn it.
That's not it.
Okay.
Thank you for calling, though.
Thanks, Sandy.
Thanks.
You bet. All right. We'll clear the line.
So let me give you the remaining choices now.
All right.
What was the largest civil rights protest in America? The March on Washington in 1963, the March on Birmingham in 1955, or the Edmund Pettus Bridge Crossing in 1965?
And we have a caller hooked up on the line. Good morning. Who are we talking to?
This is Pam.
Hi, Pam. This is Dave and Brent. You're on the air, and Brent has the question for you.
Okay. Do you need me to read the choices again, Pam, or do you think you know what the answer is?
I know what the answer is.
Okay, what is
the
it?
Washington March 1963.
Yeah, you got it. That's exactly it. So congratulations, Pam. We got a great prize pack for you today. We got a certificate that'll get you a free personal pan pizza, 1 topping at Pizza Hut. I think Dave's got some tickets to the Pancake Feed coming up. And in our local Love Local giveaway, a certificate to the Tumbleweed Cafe.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
All right.
All right, Pam, hold on. I need to get your phone number off the air, okay?
Okay.
All right, hold on. All right, Pam, our winner, we'll get her number while you listen to these words.
Charles W. Herbster knows it's our toughest days that reveal our true character. When Mother Nature throws a knockout punch and a massive storm brings a community to its knees. Or when the economy turns upside down and Nebraska families and farmers wonder, how will we make ends meet? Charles W. Herbster knows in Nebraska how we respond defines who we are. Herbster is a 5th-generation Nebraska rancher, farmer, and proven leader. He's lived the ups and downs of ag life. Charles knows that overcoming hard times is what makes Nebraska stronger. Charles is a committed conservative who believes in people, perseverance, and that every day is a chance to make a difference. Charles W. Herbster for governor. Paid for by Herbster for Nebraska.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness? Modern medicine or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all, your nose is the body's air filter for trapping dirt and germs, the first line of defense against allergens, bacteria, and viruses from getting into your lungs. But how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage isn't medicine, it's more like plumbing. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply, and then out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Do they have to say mucus in that? I mean, really, do they have to?
You have always been bothered by this advertisement.
Well, and
it runs often.
all the time.
Yeah.
But, right during the breakfast show. And, and some of the most awful words in our vocabulary are body fluids. And mucus is one of those.
Yeah.
You can, although I know you wouldn't want to run it through your nose, but if you get mucus on you, Dawn will clean it right up for you.
Oh, brother. Dave's solution to everything now, Dawn dish soap.
Well, it's been a lot of fun. We'll join you folks tomorrow. If you join us again at 7:30, we'd appreciate it, and you'll be able to hear yours truly and my good friend, co-host, neighbor, and brother. Join me here on the show at 7:30 tomorrow. Join us then.
All right. Always enjoy it, Dave.
It'll be a dawn-like day.
Oh, hey.